From the man who brought us such lovable characters like Clark Griswold, Dale Griffith, and Ducky Dale, I give you...
Samantha Baker.
Hate that rock and roll rubbish.
16 candles.
It's the story of the world's most self-absorbed teenager with a side order of body dysmorphia.
She's gotten her boobies.
Oh, I better go get my magnifying glass.
And Jake Ryan, a high school senior with a large bank account.
Oh.
With the charisma of dirty dishes.
There's nothing there, man. It's not ugly. It's just void.
Or brought together by Farmer Ted.
I'm not really a farmer.
A freshman with a heart of gold. Along with a cast of characters that are far more interesting
Score a direct hit
than our two romantic leads. Watch as they fall madly in love based on nothing more than socially awkward staring and empty carbs.
On this edition of Cinema CPR.
I'm Lifeguard Dan.
And I'm Owen the Snob.
With Brock the Broccoli. We are less than 2 minutes in, and already Samantha wastes no time letting the audience know just how shallow her personality pool really is.
Chronologically, you're 16 today. Physically, you're still 15.
And despite the overwhelming stress of the impending wedding of her older sister,
I happen to have a serious problem.
can't for 1 second put her own personal needs aside.
That's it? You don't have anything else to say to me today?
What would you like me to say, Steve?
And instead uses the next 90 minutes to complain about how much her upper middle class life sucks.
I can't believe this. They forgot my birthday.
We then follow her to school, where instead of using the time for self-improvement, instead wastes the taxpayers' money by taking a sex quiz, which graphically describes just how she would tame Jake Ryan's one-eyed trouser snake.
Not exactly Romeo and Juliet, is it?
And after some uncomfortable staring at Jake's girlfriend in the shower,
I swear to God, Caroline Mulford had to flunk about 9 grades. Truly makes me ill.
they proceed to body shame a woman whose only crime are those against nature, as she is single-handedly destroying the ozone layer with her obsessive use of Aquanet.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself.
She then switches from complaining about Jake's girlfriend to complaining about having to ride the bus.
That has to be more dignified mode of transportation.
It's here where we're introduced to
Farmer Ted.
a kid who is smarter, funnier, and more charismatic than Jake will ever be.
Come on, what's the problem here?
But despite all of his charms, even he can't melt this ice queen.
I turn you on.
Meanwhile, back at the house, we come face to face with John Hughes' most comically stereotyped character in cinema history. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you...
Long Duck Dong.
a 29-year-old high school foreign exchange student who is constantly ridiculed for being Chinese.
The hell are you bitching about? I'm gonna sleep under some named after a duck's door.
Despite the fact that he was born in Ogden, Utah in 1955. Then, after a heart-to-heart with her older sister who gives her some sound advice, which of course she doesn't take.
You're really acting like an...
Then acts all put out when she's asked to take the donger to the high school dance.
Would you like to go to the dance with Sam?
Where she goes right back to obsessing about Jake. Whereas Donger's positive attitude immediately allows him to hook up with the hottest girl in school.
I bet all the boys would chase you plenty in the school, huh?
Nobody's caught me yet.
Sensing that Sam is feeling left out, Farmer Ted shows up to help lighten the mood and make her feel more welcome. But because she can't afford the surgery that would remove the stick out of her butt,
I'm gonna need you to squat and cough.
and instead of embracing her situation and having a good time, she instead runs off to feel sorry for herself. Where Jake's girlfriend, who is supposed to be the worst person on the planet, stops by to make sure she's all right.
How's it going? Fine.
And even though he's been rejected at every turn,
Get the hell out of here. Nice manners, babe.
She's totally serious, asswipe.
Chill.
Farmer Ted once again goes out of his way to cheer her up.
So it's your birthday. It's my birthday too.
Why do we even care about Sam at this point?
And only when she may have an in with Jake does she finally crack a smile.
Jake's my boy. I just talked to Jake in the gym. He asked me about you. Did not. He did too. He did. He asked me what you were like.
And what's not to like about Jake? Not only is he a bore, he's also a cheater.
What's your problem?
What?
You acting weird all night. Are you screwing around?
Yes? Are you crazy?
Meanwhile, Jake throws a party at his parents' house that he will later blame on his girlfriend. Where Jake comes up with a brilliant plan to win over Sam by repeatedly making lewd overtures to her grandparents.
Well, what do they want?
Sex.
Jake then finishes off the evening by slamming his girlfriend's head in the door, forcing her to cut off her hair.
Nothing says Prince Charming quite like a little domestic abuse.
Then, after realizing their mistake, Sam's dad apologizes for forgetting her birthday.
I feel like a real jerk, honey. We forgot your birthday.
Only to have this beautiful moment ruined by Sam and her all about me attitude.
Jake is a senior, and he's beautiful and perfect. I like him a real lot, and he doesn't like me, okay?
Oh,
Amongst the aftermath of the party, Farmer Ted demonstrates once again that he has Sam's best interest at heart.
I mean, if all you want off the girl's a piece of ass, I mean, I'll either do it myself or get someone bigger than me to kick your ass.
I can get a piece of ass anytime I want. Shit, I got Carol in the bedroom right now, passed out cold. Violate her 10 different ways if I wanted to.
Wait, did he just brag about having sex with someone who's unconscious? That's kinda dark and...
And because Jake doesn't care about anyone or anything, he decides to let Ted take her home despite the fact that she's clearly suffering from alcohol poisoning.
Look, we're not going any further until you stop these childish antics, Carol.
Don't be such a fool.
Then, after a night of kinky sex
No more Yankee, my Winky.
and binge drinking,
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
I'm dying!
Long Duck Dong manages to stumble his way home where the family seems less concerned about his safety
where is my automobile?
Automobile?
and more concerned about their car.
Why, you little scuzzbag. Wow!
Finally, it's the day of the big wedding. And after some oddly misplaced discussions about personal finance
Her monthly bill came early.
and the use of proper grammar,
We don't want to announce to everyone that she has a period.
Sam's sister is finally married.
Married?
Married.
Married?
Yeah, married.
And by sheer coincidence, Jake and his girlfriend finally have a heart-to-heart in the parking lot across the street from her church that she found herself passed out in.
How convenient. And kind of lazy screenwriting to boot.
You know, neither one of us is gonna die if it doesn't happen first.
That's true.
And now, because there's no hard feelings, Jake is free to start banging and mistreating someone new.
What are you doing here?
Heard you were here.
You came here from?
So that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
And instead of doing the right thing and attending her sister's reception, she instead blows it off for a little statutory, all in the name of love or something. And so there you have it, 16 Candles. A movie that leaves us with just as many questions as it does answers. Like, why is Joan Cusack in the movie for what seems like no other reason than to make fun of the handicapped? Why do 97% of the student body all live in the same block? And last but not least,
Who the drinks a random beer found at a party?
so write your answers in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, why not show us a little love by enlisting in and spreading our weekly complaint fest to the masses? Or else...